Hello, and welcome to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three giant spiders, I guess, that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Char.
Hello. Happy President's Day. I have Kennedy here for my President's Day fact, but his head is not featured. Here's his face. So my President's Day fact is the most pets of any president. The title belongs to Theodore Roosevelt, who had at least 31 pets, including my personal favorite presidential pet, a snake, whose name was Emily Spinach.
Did he have all of these while in office, do you know? Or just
I didn't
over
really
time?
Look. It seemed like they were all in office. He had things like he had a hyena named Bill, a horned toad named Bill the Lizard. He had a lion, a bear. He had a bunch of stuff. 10 dogs. So he had a lot of pets.
Right. That's a good fact. And now, in the center, we have Greshy Ironroot, halfling druid, and his dog Phelan too, played by Will.
Now I need to do a gnoll named Bill.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a kind of name for hyena type thing, so gnoll would be appropriate, right?
Bill the Knoll.
It's Bill the Gnoll.
And then in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Human Champion of Erastil, played by Adam.
Evening, everybody. Also, Rar, giant spider.
I'm disappointed that the rest of you didn't have President's Day facts. We'll have to remember that next time.
You're assuming I know anything about presidents or days. Joke's on you.
I had a President's fact last year as well.
Yeah, not the first.
Oh yeah, you did. I forgot. Good point.
So I felt appropriate.
We didn't do any Valentine's Day facts last week. We should just do facts for every holiday. Maybe that's too much effort. Anyway. Hello. Last time on Third Action, a group of intrepid adventurers tried to sneak past a large stalactite creature called a roper that was chilling out on the mountainside. They did not, in fact, succeed in doing so, but did, in fact, succeed in beating the pulp out of it. Yep, that happened. And then you continue walking down the tunnel. You went to sleep. You did some planning, and then woke up, got ready to go. You had some weird dreams. Got ready to go, stepped outside the door, and were greeted by a group of very large spider-like creatures. So let us go ahead and jump right into that.
Are we rolling initiative?
If you want to. As soon as anybody wants to do anything aggressive, you may. Or, I mean, you may call for initiative.
So I am outside? Okay.
So you guys were all in the tent here.
Oh, you reoriented us. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I flipped the tent upside down because the other map was sort of... Anyway, north is the way Asher is going. You set your tent up inside the tunnel. This is just the campfire over here. Ignore that. Asher, you can see a group of these large spider folk. They are massive spiders. I guess from the very, very dim light, you can get kind of glints of purple off of the carapace of this closest one. They are massive. They're huge sized creatures. So they're like 15 feet wide, 15 feet, not 15, maybe 10 feet tall, spiders. They are kind of standing on, the back ones are all, two of the back ones are actually hanging from the roof of the tunnel. You can see one over here on the side that's kind of on all of its little legs, kind of crouched down. And the closest one here is almost kind of standing upright as if it were a person. It's like standing on two of its hind legs, and its other 5 legs are kind of carefully arranged in front of it. kind of like touching tip to tip. I don't know what you call this when you tap each finger in sequence.
Steeple in your fingers.
Yes. That.
You just, so to be clear, you said it's using 5 legs to do that with.
And it's standing
on 2?
Mm-hmm. It does not seem to have the typical 8 legs of a spider. And in fact,
I can't. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how well I can see it.
I can show you what they look like. You can only really see the color kind of on the first one. Where'd they go? But you can see that it's got a set of very glowing red eyes. Observer. All right.
Oh.
Aw.
So, massive purple spiders with an odd number of legs. The front
This one has 11.
Yes, they do have... This front one, I think, does not have 11, but some of them do. One of them has 11.
Strange amount of legs.
So yeah, as you step out, you're greeted by this sight of these 4 giant spiders chilling out outside, and the first one says, good morning.
Oh. Good morning.
Is it speaking Common or Thessalonian?
Oh yeah, what's it?
You hear the common echo in your mind. You don't hear an actual audible sound. It's just kind of like a whisper in your mind. Well,
Telepathic spiders? Do we really want spiders in our head now? Ugh.
They won't find much in my head. It's a lot of room, echoes. Well, good morning.
We've been waiting for you.
Why?
You are heroes, are you not?
So are you here to attack us?
The one that's seemingly speaking to you looks at kind of turns its little head, big head, towards the other spiders around it and then back at you. We need not come to fisticuffs.
Oh well.
Unless you would prefer it that way.
No, I usually don't prefer it that way. And then Ash is kind of gonna turn back to the yurt and go, we have company, but they don't seem vicious.
Would you mind if I come in? It's awfully cold out here.
You want to come in the yurt? Will it fit through the door?
It
Can
looks like
squeeze?
it could probably squeeze through.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is leg.
And should we invite the spider? It's cold.
Sure.
If you're talking at him, I think you're muted.
Fair. You're right. I was trying to say something when I stepped outside. Like,
Oh.
hi. So we do. Invite the spiders inside. Well, I mean, I guess if they wanted to tear up the yurt, they could do so. Could have done so already.
Before we invite it inside, can I try and figure out what the hell this thing is? Because this isn't a blood spider or anything, right?
Nope.
Or a crimson walker.
You can... Nope. The Crimson Walkers did have an odd number of legs, I believe.
I think so, but they didn't talk to us.
They had
either.
9, or they had 9 legs. But no, they did not speak. You could give me an occultism check to try and
you would
identify these creatures.
have to ask for that one, wouldn't you? Is this recall knowledge?
Yes, this is a recall knowledge check.
All right, we're going to use the robes to help us out a bit. 44 total?
44 is pretty high. Is that enough to Let me check their DC.
Greshy's seen some things.
I mean, spiders.
Especially recently.
Well, these are unnatural spiders, so hard to say, but...
Trying to think of where you might have heard of something like this. What are you? Are you trained in this at all, or is this untrained?
No, this was untrained.
Untrained improv.
I mean, I've talked with Asher enough, and I haven't really read his book, but I've seen it. I don't know if I would have seen it from that, or some of the other readings we've done with the archive.
Yes, perhaps... maybe very early in the adventure when Asher had just picked up I guess it was like the Book of Lamashtu's monsters that you were looking through. Asher had some other
I think I still have
tomes and things. No. Okay, actually, all right. Maybe it was while you were in the library at Jorgenfist. The group of you had been sifting through tomes for some amount of time at least. And you're not sure why this comes to you or why you remember it. But you recall seeing a old dusty tome on, I mean, all the tomes are old and dusty, but an old tome on the denizens of the Nightmare Realms. And amongst the kind of sketches that were in that book, you remember these showing up as nightmare spiders. They are some kind of... they're one of the, I guess, most common sentient creatures of that realm. Let me think. What would you give me a question about them? Since you got a success.
Well, knowing they're from a nightmare realm, do I have any expectation of their general alignment? Obviously not all of them subscribe to the same alignment, but what might I expect out of their culture?
I guess much like many denizens of the Dream Realms, they tend to lean chaotic. They don't tend to act with strong amounts of reason, or their reason is just kind of inscrutable. And on the good to evil axis, they probably fall in the neutral to evil category. They can be a force of nature. They can be more manipulative and destructive, working towards their own end. They seem... your recollection from the entry on it was that they form groups, and let me see if I can give you any kind of more sensible... Oh, no, that's probably...
That's a lot, considering I only got a chance to breeze through it, really.
Yeah.
So, really, I would have been looking to make sure, are these weird things hostile on contact? Yes or no? Moving on, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any particular specific sense of hostile.
Right.
Why don't we start with why you're here before we go on inside?
You test my patience, fleshy one, but if you insist, we share a common cause.
That's a good reason. Come on in.
That was easy.
And just to be clear, as Gunn says that, there's no indication of any sort of enchantment or anything of that nature. It doesn't look like Gunn's been charmed.
No, you didn't hear any kind of spell activate.
Okay.
And it just sounds like Gunn.
All right, then Gunn's up to something, then I'll trust him. It was a very quick turnaround, I want to be certain.
I mean, they could fight us out here or they could fight us in there, and the tent could get wrecked either way.
I trust your judgment. I just wanted to be certain that it was your judgment and not somebody else's.
The others shall wait outside.
All right.
Ostensibly the leader follows you into the tent.
The loud tent doors.
That's so loud. It passes through the tent flaps and into the tent. It keeps a healthy distance from you all, as you all seem to be keeping a healthy distance from it.
All seems reasonable.
Does Rock have any reaction or anything to say? He can give you a private secret check on any of his.
Rock seems nervous, but he looks at you, and if you seem to be letting the spider in, Rock wouldn't object necessarily. He seems tense maybe.
Yeah. We're all in tense.
But hello Raiders, welcome.
Goodbye, Raiders. Thanks for
Goodbye,
coming
Raiders. All right. So as you all go back into the tent and sit around the campfire of sorts. Sorry, I thought I had something specifically. Okay. I will be frank.
I'm Gunn.
It looks at you.
Suppose we do usually start out with introductions, don't we?
Greetings, Gunn. I would assume, by your presence here on this mountain, that you are enemies of the Runelord. Is that correct?
That is the way it's going.
My companions and I, we have sensed your presence from the Dream Realms.
Do we, I don't know, radiate some particular energy? That's very interesting. That's unusual around here.
There is a sickeningly bright aura about you in particular. It says, gesturing one of its little arms in your direction, Gunn.
Oh. Sorry, it's, yeah, I've kind of noticed that myself lately.
Our enemies, those from the Nightmare Realms who ape at your vexingly symmetrical appearances, have returned to this world to honor an ancient alliance with that recrudescent lord.
Who did? Did you catch who that? Couldn't quite decipher who returned. Our peers?
No, ones of us who look like you.
Dream denizens, but look,
Humanoid?
aye, that's what it sounds like.
Okay. I'm following so far, I think.
You may simply refer to them as the denizens if you wish.
Very well.
Easier.
For reasons we do not understand, they allied themselves with this Runelord of yours many ages ago. And it seems now they have come to fulfill some manner of deal with him. A machine, a device they have produced. We demand that you destroy it on our behalf.
Sounds reasonable to me. It's likely in our interest to do so.
Does the machine do?
If Karzug had it commissioned.
From what we were able to gather, the machine... It gestures a bit towards the campfire with two of its arms, and the flames in the fire start to warp into kind of an illusion. And the flames kind of arc over the campfire and sort of solidify into a kind of like reddish orange hologram in the shape of a big arc of stone. Very reminiscent to, if not nearly identical to, the Cipher Gate in Riddleport. The device they have created, it is some kind of time manipulation device. They work with the Runelord to bring his armies from the past to the present.
Oh.
That is very concerning.
Puts it mildly. Well, seems we've got something to destroy then. You've any idea where it is that we should be looking out for it?
It is in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
It is somewhere within the tower, at the top of the mountain. My compatriots and I attempted to gain entry, but were unable to do so. Our time is limited here, and it seems that our meeting was, well, fortuitous. We pass this task on to you, so that you will see our will done.
Yeah, that we also want to destroy it.
Sure. These things are creeping me out a bit.
Just fine.
Yeah. Then we will destroy this giant time gate thing, and you all can return to your home plane?
Good.
Is this
It starts
the
to
only
turn. Oh,
such device that's been built here? Has there been another one of these built in the past?
The
How-
device was built in the past, I suppose. I am not familiar with all of the details of its construction and how it functions.
Is it large? Could it span the whole of our cities? If it's fitting in a tower,
I do not know. All I know for certain is that their control device is there in the tower.
okay. Control device.
Perhaps it's the control device that actually controls the cipher gate itself. Maybe that is the cipher gate.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, dear. Okay. Yeah.
What would be amazing is if the armies enter the cipher gate at its city scale in the past, but pop out here at like 1/60th scale.
Little minis, just basically.
This is an army for ants.
Board games with realistic toys.
That'd be very
It's as
awkward
big
for
as they can build
Karzik.
it. Because that's as big as they can build it here.
But
Present.
I don't have any more questions for the spider if we want to let him
Yep.
leave.
Agreed.
Excellent. Very well.
Unless they have any ways to help us approach the fortress. Or like, for instance, any ideas of the barriers that have been placed in our way.
Sounded like they got stuck with that too.
The barrier there is impassable. Should you go inside, a great pain will be inflicted upon you. It pulses and radiates energy. It is impossible to teleport into it. We tried astral projecting, which did not work either. But we assume... It looks around the room at the bulk of you, that if you've made your way here, you must have some way inside.
We have some ideas. Well, thank you for the information. We will look for this machine and destroy it as a priority.
Good. And make sure to do so before that lord returns to this world. Lest the unthinkable happen. And it turns and starts to move out of the tent.
Bye.
It kind of scurries out into the cavern and seems to be kind of telepathically communicating with the other spiders outside.
Oh. Bye, spiders.
Greshy closes the tent flaps.
Just gonna close them out for a minute so we can quickly reconvene here. Okay.
Know about that?
Spiders want us to go destroy a giant rock time machine device in the tower.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that the armies that he would be bringing here would have been destroyed during the collapse, the planet fall or whatever.
Oh,
Earth fall.
No such time manipulation was possible. What?
That is a huge, undertaking for sure. But if it's connected to the cipher gate and riddle port in any way, I could believe it. The device may have existed back then. They enter then. It's controlled from the present and directs them here. Yeah. That would be... Was that Karzug's territory? I think it was... Yes, I think that was on his side of the border, if you imagine the border extending from Sandpoint across into the bay.
Would have been pretty close.
Close to the border of his territory with Wrath territory.
As far as this field goes, though, how are we getting through that?
The rings, right?
It's probably the same field that we already know about.
We're going to wear the rings?
No, we're going to...
Wait,
I think that we're going to use our weapons to somehow tear it open as the first plan.
That's worth a shot. I didn't think about that. Well, might as well get a move on then. I'm hoping the spiders have left. Greshy goes over and starts mounting up. It takes a minute. No, are they still there?
They're still there.
You open the tent flap, and one of the spiders turns around and looks at you. Excuse me.
Yes.
Would you happen to know where to find... It looks... It kind of pauses a moment, unsure of what the word is. We have heard there's a delicacy in your world. Some kind of kerneled contraption. Salty.
Oh.
We were hoping to taste it before our time here is up.
Wait, who's the one who found the popcorn?
I thought they were going to ask for gross water for a second.
That was in Sandpoint. that was at the festival in Sandpoint that we found popped corn.
Popped corn.
Aye, they had that there and watermelon too.
If only I had some
watermelons
corn.
too.
You just take corn and put it on a fire
Well,
Oh.
It's not the
Is it-
season for corn.
Is it that simple?
And you get
Very
salt
well.
and put it on.
I mean, I think
The
it has to
spider-
be dried first.
I see. Dried. Interesting. You fleshy creatures create the most amusing concoctions. Very
one way to
well.
put it.
We are off. The spiders start to file out of the cave.
We leave.
Or
Goodbye.
They just kind of pass by your tent, heading south.
All right. Well, since Greshy's on his way out of the tent, he's going to pull the red rope that's hanging by the door and collapse it behind him for gathering and stone.
All right. So,
Jeez,
By your
still got such a
estimates-
long way to go.
you're somewhere probably in the middle of the Rising District. You're nearing the edge of the Death Zone, after which it'll become much more difficult to breathe. Once you put on and start breathing from your breathing apparatuses, it'll be harder to hear each other speak if you're speaking out loud.
Mhm.
It'll be very, very muffled, so you have to speak louder.
Or just cast message casually
Yep.
every time we need to talk.
But I think only Gunn has message.
I have it as a cantrip, but we also have a ring that I could pass along that includes it.
Is it
Anyone else wants to-
invested, or can we just...
It is.
Yeah, see. Don't have room for it at the moment, but principally understand.
Mhm.
Well,
If anyone
We had
else
learned
would care
sign
to-
language. Thessalonian
We
sign
considered it.
language.
You did discuss it multiple times. I think there was a feat for it at some point.
There is.
Let's see. So
Yeah,
you've
you can
got
choose it as a language on your.
roughly 4 miles of hiking left. I'm going to call this all pretty difficult terrain because it is, even though you are going through a tunnel, it is very, very steep. And the parts that exit the tunnel are big climbs. Clearly, Earthfall had some impact on even this route.
Probably
yeah.
good to start wearing the breathing gear anyway. Get used
Okay.
to it.
may not have it on at the moment, but we'll have it ready when we do need to start wearing it.
Pass me one of those if you don't mind.
Oh, yes. Did I not hand those out to everyone?
Oh, I think everybody already has it in their inventory.
Oh, yep, I have it.
Bottles. It's just bottled air.
Yeah, I just called
It's
it
just been-
bottled air in the inventory, but you can wear it, you can put it on. While you have it on your mouth, you don't have to spend an action to breathe from it. If you just let it hang, you run the risk of running out of air, and then we'll need to spend an action to... You can spend one action to just huff it, to reset your rounds to suffocation.
Let's huff some air real quick. It's fine. Well, I think we'll just have them worn then and just take off.
Okay.
Screaming at each other.
What are your speeds, and who all is out? Are the pets out, or are they away?
Balin is away.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast Pet Cache and put Rock away as well.
Okay.
I did not make a breathing apparatus for Phelan, so until I know we can get him into a place where he can breathe proper.
Mhm.
Okay. And so you used a cast of air bubble on the bag?
I would
Or do you
again
have
ask
something else?
Asher to prepare Storm's
Oh.
Fury and cast it on there.
I cast air bubble.
Okay. All right. So Phelan has 8 hours of air while he's in there. Okay, so what are your speeds then?
I'm 45 right now.
I'm 40.
also 45.
But I'm unimpeded by the.
No,
terrain.
35. I don't
That
have
is
the long
35?
strider.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and Asher is unimpeded by the difficult terrain because he's a ranger.
I have a wand of long strider, but it's only first level.
So have I. Or rather, you have it for me, but
Yeah.
I can't use it. Can I?
Oh,
Oh.
we should be able
Actually,
to.
it
I
says
think it's
divine. It says divine.
I think it's all 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
okay,
long stride is all 4.
First level is just good for 1 hour, but yeah, let's go ahead and use that. That'll at
Speed
least
us up a
help us
little
for
bit the
while.
first hour, and then make do.
Okay, so that gives you, what, plus 10 speed?
Aye.
On long strider? Okay, so that puts you at 45. Excellent.
Oh, no, it's 5 speed on long strider. Excuse me.
5
Says
speed
10.
on long strider. Is
Plus
it
10 foot status
Is
bonus
it?
to your
Are
speed.
you sure?
I thought
No,
so.
I apologize. I'm wrong. It is
Okay.
it is 10. What was I thinking 5 was? Never mind. Regardless. It
Maybe
is 10.
the air
10.
spell or something. Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So Asher's the slowest technically, but he's able to move at full speed in difficult terrain. The other two of you, I assume, don't have any special abilities to go faster in difficult terrain.
I don't think so.
Nope.
That is, your effective speed is 22. Or 22 and a half.
Oh,
I'll call it 23. Mm-hmm.
Just want to check this real quick. If there's a circumstance penalty to speed, is difficult terrain circumstance penalty, or is it just an extra?
No, it's just difficult
Okay.
terrain.
So freedom of movement wouldn't do me any good.
No.
Okay, never mind then. Then we'll just hike it out.
All right. So at a rough 20-ish, so we're going like miles per hour. I'll be nice. I'll round up to 25, so it's like 2.5 hours per mile. Sorry, 2.5 miles per hour. I can do this.
I mean, we might be slow going, but still. Oof.
Okay. Did you have any intention of doing any kind of stop-offs, or are you just going just up the mountain? At one point, you talked about stopping off in the Rising District, which is pretty close to where you are right now. Or you're sort of in the middle of it. Otherwise, you can just continue the path.
This stays as a tunnel. Right?
There are parts of the tunnel that open out onto cliffs. So you could exit the tunnel. And the tunnel does actually branch in some places. There's like small tunnels that branch off to the side.
Say, how do we know we're on the right
I'm
one?
assuming the bigger one is the one we're
Yeah,
The
following.
main one is
You've just been following the very big one.
more prominent.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
Where
it's more
the-
like a road or a tunnel than just a cave. So
Yeah.
there's a clear main path. Okay.
Yeah, the main tunnel is like 60 to 70 feet wide in most places. The side tunnels are like maybe 10, 15 feet.
Got it.
So, just going straight up?
I think so.
If there's
I
any
don't think we're gonna
particularly good viewpoints, we could take a look and see what we can see that's ahead of us. But
Stop, get a picture.
Okay. In that case, in 1 hour, you can get that many miles. How many miles is in a foot?
How many miles is in a foot?
Yes.
5,280?
3200.
Excellent, lovely number.
About
that everyone
12,000
can remember.
feet.
Yeah. Oop. I'm just measuring. Oh, 12,000, right. It's like 3,000. Something like around here. Whoop. It's like there-ish. can somebody move the token up here?
Is it there?
You. Yep. Oh, lost control. Okay, so you spend that first hour. Whoa.
Ooh.
I guess the sunrise. The sunrise happened, and there was some talking with the. Something like that. It's about 9:25 in the morning. You are just hiking. It's cold. It's incredibly cold. It's getting colder by the minute. The wind rushing through the tunnel is quite bone chilling. It's fairly extreme, but the Endura elements is saving you from that, thankfully. And it's around here, as you guys are making some windy switchbacks up the mountain, that you come across another one of these sort of big open tunnels. Sorry, not open tunnels, tunnel openings. Words backwards. You can hear the wind rushing, whirling outside as you approach the tunnel entrance, or the tunnel exit, I suppose. Where is my map for it? Let me put you guys on the map, so that would be useful. You, finally see your first signs of daylight. I'll assume that you just had, I guess Greshy had dark vision on.
I have dark vision, but I also have light prepared, so I probably would have had that going for a little bit.
So you had light going for most of the tunnels, and things have been fine. They've been quiet. You've not been accosted by any other strange creatures. That's not here. You make your way out of the tunnel, and you are greeted with... scene. Someone asked earlier, I think, if this was Roll20, but it is, in fact, Foundry. I forgot to respond to that. Activate. Okay. So you step out into a just huge open cliff, basically. You can see there's a section of the path, the road, that is just fully collapsed down the side of the mountain. The clouds, the fog is very, very thick. And though you were hoping for maybe a good view of the city down below, there's clearly just a cloud that's hanging like right over the mountain. So it is... You could attempt to go look out over it, but it's pretty hard to see. The wind is blowing pretty hard. You are, as you step out of the cavern, you are kind of forcibly trying to push yourself forward. But you can see the path continues. There's like I can't see that.
About 240 feet.
240, 250 foot gap in the road up ahead. And you can see the tunnel entrance is just beyond that. What do you do? I would
How
make...
bad are the... I was going to say, how bad are these winds?
Pretty strong.
Are they, and they're blowing at us as in going down the mountain in the direction towards the tunnel we just came out of?
Yes, they are, blowing.
We're kind of walking into the wind.
Yes.
Pretty headstrong. Okay.
Yep. They're kind of going sort of diagonal, I guess, across the mountain. So yes, you're sort of going into them at an angle, a slight angle.
So flying is going to be difficult, is what you're saying?
Yes, you could definitely attempt to fly. There would actually be acrobatics checks to get across.
Hooray!
And Greshy your ability to fly would be time limited here.
It would, but I have a bit of an affinity for air. I may not suffer quite the same as others would. Heightened 6th, when you fly using Stormwind Flight, you don't count as flying against the wind as difficult terrain. I would still be happy to roll acrobatics checks, of course, but
Yeah,
I might not have the difficulty.
Yeah,
somewhat.
the wind itself would be difficult terrain while you're flying in the air, but Stormwind Flight would cancel that.
So I would be able to get across a little faster. I'd still have to obviously negotiate currents to some degree, but
Okay.
more worried about you two, really. I do have
Be a bird.
Featherfall prepared, just in case. You can't cast from staves when you're a bird, correct, Asher?
No, I can't do much. I can't speak. I cannot use hands, as I have no hands.
Right. I don't know how important having more Featherfalls available is, but there are several castings available on that.
Well, as long as I don't
Nah.
fall on anything spiky.
Or not at all.
I'm
Just
okay.
don't fall at all. It'll be better that way.
Well, I mean, may as well put these wings to some use.
Oh, yeah, you guys are shouting, by the way. But
Hello.
There's not a lot of air. So you all have your
I'm-
breathers on.
Yeah.
Or Gunn can just be messaging, but
If I'm
Well, my-
talking to both people at the same time, I'll probably have to shout.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
How does the breather, if I'm an animal, work?
ooh.
Does it work?
Well, you said all that stuff kind of blends in to the person, right? Except for the bag that is stylishly alongside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it doesn't work while you're a bird.
Okay.
You're not immediately going to. So there is
Hold your
some
breath.
air. You won't like immediately have to start making checks. So you'll probably be fine as long as you're not more than a few minutes.
Could I like take it off, turn into a
Mhm.
bird, have someone put it around my neck, and then just take an action to be like,
The beak,
It
though.
won't really fit. It's sized
Yeah.
for a human mouth.
what if it's
Especially
a
if you're like
tiny
a big
bird?
Oh.
What if I put my entire head into it and swing around? Alright, no, it's
I
fine
would-
if it doesn't work.
You could attempt that. I would increase the acrobatics checks to try to fly in that condition.
I'm gonna smash into a wall.
I'm not too worried about Asher making acrobatics checks. I'm just thinking about if I fail to negotiate the way, what is likely to happen? Is it a case of like you're gonna just have to fight to get back here, or is it more like you're gonna get smashed against a bunch of rocks that are? You said the winds are not generally blowing into the mountain.
They are blowing away, so they're blowing kind of slight diagonal across like this. This is west, so they are blowing kind of southeast. So yes, you could try to fly closer to the cliff edge. You could also try to climb the cliff edge or climb along it.
You know, that might actually be the better thing, and then if I fall off, I can try to fly.
Also, hello, Raid. Rick
No,
Roll,
I think
hi,
we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna figure out how to use these, or figure out a way to get back.
Okay.
If I get blown further back and have to come back in from a later point on the trail, on the path, and then hike back up here, I guess that's probably the real worst case.
Well, I mean, if you get blown off course, you're potentially falling pretty low or getting pushed pretty low. It might have a difficult time flying back up.
All right. I'm going to attempt to fly from here to here.
Okay, so you're just going to jump and try to fly forward. What's that move? What's your actual movement speed?
That was 25.
25.
And my fly speed should be 25 as well, because I don't think I can take my... Or no, it should be 30.
Okay,
I don't get my boost bonus.
Instead you fly just... Well, you may fly just 15. Go ahead and give me the acrobatics check.
Good point.
So you fly half in the air.
Yep. Acrobatics. I wanted to have that from here so that I can... And I had it a second ago. There it is. There we go. 38.
38. I don't remember what the DC was. That is a success, so you move the full distance. So it's tough. You flap your wings forward, you push yourself, but you are able to make it there, and you drop and land in the snow.
Okay.
That is, I guess, based on your feeling there, that was exactly a success.
Oh, like I just barely made it there?
Yes, you just barely made it.
Okay.
Like you almost got knocked back, but
God. Oh no.
Okay, let's
We may need to regroup a bit.
your wings are kind of like, now that they've been unfurled, they're just kind of flailing back behind you.
We have on
close those down and try.
You have any other thoughts, Asher? I mean,
Yeah, my thoughts are as long as I roll a 3 or higher, I'm okay.
well, that's
So
good.
my thoughts.
We could keep taking turns in the bag.
God.
Just like
I mean, can you though? Well, I guess you can get in there. That's true. How long can we get somebody in the bag for?
I mean, however long. As long as they can fit inside, I suppose.
Well, I'm going to go ahead just to try it out and see how I do. I'm going to cast Storm in Flight. I have a couple of focus points I can do so. And spell effect. Da-dee-da. And I'm going to try fly into... Well, what's my speed? 45. It's not bad.
Okay.
So we'll just go the full 45.
Yep, you can try to fly the full 45. Give me an acrobatics check.
All right. 43. So
43 is a success. Yeah, you jump forwards, fly, glide your way. The wind is rough, but it is a little bit easier for you.
well,
I guess from the test, the Stormwind flight would give you effectively a +2 on this acrobatics check.
All right.
So you technically got a 45 versus the 38 DC.
That's better. Just looking through my spells to see if there's anything that we can try otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
I think I'll try climbing.
Okay.
And we've determined that teleportation effects are unlikely to work, correct?
You've seen some teleportation effects fail. I don't recall if you've seen any succeed.
Okay. Well, I'm the only one who could use this today anyway, which is unfortunate.
All right. Do we need to start doing initiative at anything, or?
I guess get to the positions where you want to be before you embark on your attempt to go across, and then we'll roll initiative, just to have some turn structure for it. But yeah, I'll allow you to position yourself wherever you want. Yeah, this is like the edge of the
So how much like
snow here. Yeah.
I don't know how not having air works.
So not having air, every so in the time scale of this, you're probably fine to just take it off.
Okay.
Basically, every while you're above in the death zone, every like couple of minutes, you get a fortitude check. If you fail 3 fortitude checks ever while in the death zone, you start to suffocate. And then once you start suffocating, you only have so many rounds. For Asher, that's 10 rounds. For Greshy, it's 9. Gunn has 225 rounds. Rock has 9. Phelan has 10. Gunn has breath control.
Little outlier there.
So you have about a minute after you start to feel yourself run out of breath to breathe it again.
Okay. That's not so bad.
So yeah, in the context of, unless you're going to take more than a minute to get across, you're probably fine.
And we're also
more than 2 minutes. You're pretty close to it, yeah. But yeah, you're not quite in the actual death zone. That's the actual peak.
So we don't want to try putting someone in the bag of containment and having Asher, like Gunn, you don't want to go in the bag and get carried over? You want to try climbing? You're muted because you're eating, I know.
Yeah, I'll try this first. I'm a snacker.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was just wanted to make sure. Okay. I'm gonna actually give Asher my bag of containment temporarily, just to hold on to.
Okay.
It will be absorbed into my bird body.
And I will also go ahead and remove my gloves of storing and toss those, and have Asher hold on to those as well, if you'd be so kind.
I already have mine, so
You just hold on to them, you know.
in my pocket.
If you do that, they do.
I'm aware.
Divest. Okay.
That's fine.
So you
you
divest your
Colin?
stock in the.
That's okay. I'll just put the
hand
wand in the
gloves.
bag.
Yeah, you take them off. The wand pops out, falls into the snow. You reach down, pick it up, stuff the wand in the bag, hand the gloves to Greshy, who stuffs. Asher, who stuffs them in his pocket.
All right. I think I cleared
reshuffle.
out what I need to clear out.
All right.
As my bird.
Okay. So yeah, if everyone is ready, you can. If you're animal shaping, that's fine. Let me go ahead and give you guys. We'll put you in combat. You can do athletics or acrobatics for initiative. I guess if you're using magic to fly, you can give me your magic tradition. I don't really care.
It doesn't
really matter. This is just for turn order.
I am actually going to roll perception because I'm not going to take off right away.
Okay.
Which makes it perfect that I got a natural 1. So I'm literally going to watch and see how Asher does and how Gunn does. Because if my thing works, I'll be fine.
All right. Gunn got a 46, and
I
Asher.
think this works.
Demoralize the wind, Gunn. Give out a mighty war cry and tell who's boss.
So like the boots and the mantle and stuff don't work, right? When I'm a bird.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm turning off what I have to turn off. Okay. Ooh.
All right.
Let's get
36. I didn't put it in here, but I can do that for you. 36 on your initiative. Cool. All right. It might matter if some terror birds or something swoop in. Terror birds can't fly. Those are chocobos. Legally distinct chocobos. Okay.
Your gear should still be working if it's a polymorph effect. It just can't be activated.
So passives would still work?
According to the polymorph entry.
Yeah, passives would still work.
Aye, so don't turn everything off.
Okay. I've turned off.
Aye, you just can't activate, you couldn't use your rebreather because that's a thing you're having to use. But
Yeah, so I can't activate them, but the passives are still.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I wasn't clear about that.
No.
Okay.
That's
Sure. We'll play the battle music because it's fun. Gunn, you're up first.
All right. Gunn is going to hop up on the wall here
Okay.
and start sideways climbing,
Okay.
free
just
climbing.
Shimmying across. All right. Give me an athletics check.
Okay. Come right up.
Help with that. Oof.
39.
Okay, that is a success. You don't have anything special for climbing, right?
I don't think so.
No feats. So each
Whoops.
climb action.
I meant to bring this up. rather
Up
than
across
just being
safely. What's your land speed currently?
35. Is the long strider worn off because it took us more
Long
than an hour
strider
to
is
get here?
worn off. Yeah, it took more than an hour to get here.
So 35.
So 35, you move 5 feet per 20 feet of your land speed.
So I'm only making 10 feet per action.
20. I guess it's technically 5 feet, right? If you're only
Or 5 plus 5 for 5 plus 5 for 20.
Oh, sorry. Wait. You
get a base 5, right?
Yeah, it's 5 per. Well,
No.
No,
That's
it's-
on crit
it's
success.
total
You get an
5.
extra 5. Yeah, it's just 5.
Oof.
climb
So-
is mean. Swim is the one I think you're thinking of, where it's 5 plus.
Ah.
Yeah, you can definitely get boosters for it, but okay. So it's 5 feet for the first action. Second action, I guess you rolled secretly. I don't know if you intended to.
No, I did
Or-
not.
Okay, I'll reveal that
I'll
that was a 47, which in this case is a crit. You move 10.
Okay, and then I'll do a third one. Here. With a 40.
40 is a success, so 5. And I can
So
just tell
total
you
of-
that 15.
Total of 20 feet.
Yeah. 5, 10, 5. Yeah, 20. I'll just tell you the DC for the climb is 35, so you can just roll 3 athletics checks in sequence.
Okay.
Asher.
Well, that's actually really handy to know.
But I can't change my cool token to be a bird. But I
Oh,
can make my
right. I
token
forgot
face
to.
the correct direction.
You can. There is a way to
That's
change the
right.
tokens, but I forget how to do it, and I think I forgot to set it up on your token.
Yeah,
So sorry.
I don't have animals.
There are, but
That's
you gotta
okay.
do things.
I'll try to remember to do it.
One
eventually.
day.
No, it's fine. Greshy, you're gonna do your fly thing, and I'm gonna do my fly thing.
I actually, depending on whether it works or not, may just be able to teleport over. So,
Oh, okay. So
and
I'm
if it
just
doesn't
gonna
work,
start
no skin. So,
Okay.
My fly speed is 50, and I do. Please be nice acrobatics checks. Be nice
Okay.
to me,
So
Foundry.
since it's difficult terrain, going with against the wind, it'll be basically 25 feet per fly.
Does that still
action.
count for me?
Um,
Difficult air terrain.
oh, what is
It's
your?
true, it's super-
That's
Yeah,
true.
let me
What's
go
your
look
ranger
at
feature?
Hold on,
What does it
let me go
actually
look
say?
at it. Do. Fuck, it's called something silly.
natural terrain means nothing to me.
I mean, it's
Internet
natural, I
makes
suppose.
sense. Invasion, try to
It's the Legolas style, right? It's just
Wild stride. Quickly moves through obstacles. Ignore effects of non-magical difficult terrain as normal for ignoring difficult terrain. This effect also lets you treat the hindrances of greater difficult terrain. I
Yeah,
mean, it says
it's-
tumblestone, tangled undergrowth, or sucking mud, but doesn't say you're walking on it necessarily.
is that giving an example though?
Well,
or is
yeah,
it-
it
Yeah,
says-
it's just examples.
It says weather they. So yes, you ignore non-magical difficult terrain. This is non-magical. So yep, you
Okay.
can move your full 50.
And I will do
Is air terrain? Yeah.
air terrain.
I mean, perhaps not like the
40.
human definition. 40 is a success, so you can
I
apply
guess I should
50.
just do 3, but
Well, do them each in
Weep.
sequence, so that we can know
we'll
where
do
you
one
fall.
Again. Yes, where will I fall? Let's find out. A 50.
50 is a crit. I don't think crit actually means anything on maneuver, sadly.
that sounds
I
right.
feel like nothing would.
Yeah, there's nothing bonus for flying. Okay, so yeah, you just move your extra 50.
Oh,
37
37.
is a failure. And GM chooses what happens. Okay. So you get blown. Wait, is this where you just did your second 50 at?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is where I'm currently at.
Okay, so you try to go forward 50, but get blown back. Like so. About 45. Okay. So you try to fly forward, but get pushed back. So you're ultimately get pushed down to the right. For the audio listeners, okay. Some amount. My ruler's not working. There we go. Like,
I was gonna laugh. I got pushed
down
back
left,
to
25.
Greshy. It's like,
not quite.
Greshy, I'm back.
It's just a regular fail.
Welcome back.
Greshy, what do you want to do?
I'm tempted to just go now,
Asher's
but
about halfway across.
Gunn's gonna take a little longer, I can tell.
Working on it.
Yeah, but I'll be fine here.
You sure?
This is pretty manageable.
Well, Greshy will take his knapsack off and kneel down and open up the or one of the compartments on the side, or on the front of it actually, which opens up into like a black wool sort of situation. And as he does, he then steps back for a moment, stares at it, and then steps in to see if it will do what it's supposed to. And Greshy will use it to cast Dimension Door.
Okay. Is there a way for me to do that here so that I don't roll?
And it's at 5th level, if that matters.
Oops, I rolled as Asher. Okay, you pull out the... sorry, I forget what this was that lets you do it. This little wand.
It's the knapsack of halfling kind, actually.
Oh,
greater
okay.
version.
Got it.
A little portal in it.
Okay, you start to step a foot in, and there's like a static discharge. Kind of a shock runs up your body, and I don't know why I rolled as Asher
deals me 12 damage.
You take 12 points of force damage.
Ooh.
And give me a D20.
$16.
Okay, it seems like the activation didn't fully take. Like it didn't start, so it didn't use up the activation.
Oh. Okay.
But you find your foot like kind of as you try to step your foot in, your foot bounces back and you like tumble back into the snow. Yeah,
oh.
So you're prone, I guess.
All right. Well, I'll spend my third action then to stand up from being prone.
Okay.
And that will be my actions. Very effective turn.
We're gonna climb.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
All right. Give me those 3.
1, 2, 3.
That's a crit success crit. So 25. Yep. Keep climbing slowly, carefully, getting into a good rhythm. Asher?
I don't care about this for last round, but it's actually 65 feet because it's cast higher. 50 is the default.
Oh, okay.
So 65.
All right, you were pacing yourself on that first attempt.
Yeah, I was testing.
To fly across. Yeah.
All right. Let's try our best. Our best acrobatics rolls with a 42 for my first.
42 is a success, so 65 feet.
65. Ooh. All right, and then another one.
You're more than 3/4 of the way there. That is a crit. You make your way probably all the way across. Is that correct?
Just get.
You're almost there.
Like the edge.
Yeah, it's kind of slope. The snow is sloping down, so you might want to do one more action to get across.
One more action. Nope, we're rerolling that. I don't care. I don't care.
That was a natural one.
You son of a bitch. All right, I hero point that for 47.
All right, 47 is a success.
No.
How dare you?
You feel You're like, yes, finally you're safe. You start to descend and you like get blown back a bit. You scramble and dart forward and dive into the snow on the other side.
I was waiting for that one. I'm like, it's coming, and I'm gonna scream.
Greshy.
Okay.
I'm gonna try again. This is probably a mistake. I'm gonna
Okay.
try it again.
All right,
And
you
we're gonna
attempt to
try and
activate.
see if we can get across.
Why does it keep rolling as Asher on my end?
Do you have
maybe-
Asher selected, maybe?
Oh yeah, I guess so. It's
I'm
not
guessing.
deselecting
I'm
it.
not sure.
Yeah, whatever. What did I roll? There we go. That is again. You try to step your foot through. You're dealt another 7 points of force damage as it's just like repelling you. And then give me another d20.
All right, this one's gonna be a natural 20.
Natural 20. The activation did not get used again. The
Well, that's
device,
good.
it's kind of crackling with magical energy. Something like this occlusion field is clearly messing with the item.
I probably shouldn't risk it again.
No, if you're not making it through on a net 20, then
Oh well, not 20 on the save, really. So,
sure.
I'll go ahead and then spend my third action to pick up my backpack, I suppose, and we'll
Okay.
make our way over the normal way.
All right. Gun.
Climb, climb, climb.
You hear some zaps going on behind you.
We're look back.
Distract you a little, I see.
Myself up out of the snow.
Success, crit,
Alright,
success. So that's 20.
20.
Asher, are you doing anything on the other side?
Bird. I was thinking about doing something. I'm gonna stay a bird just in case
Okay.
somebody falls. Right now. That's what I'm.
What kind of bird are you right now?
What did I say was last time? An osprey? Are those cool?
Sure.
Not that it matters.
Are you supposed to be
Yeah.
large size or are you just medium?
I think I'm huge.
Oh, okay. Why didn't it-
Very big.
Be
Oh, sure.
big,
I
Asher.
didn't like. Let me do
Wait.
that. I think it should if I actually cast it on myself instead.
Oh, I see. You didn't put it on. Okay. All right. Well,
That was my.
Greshy.
Let's do.
Well, we'll have the bag on now, and we'll actually cast Storm and Flight proper again, since I imagine it would have faded off from last time.
Okay.
While the futzing around. Put it back. And we'll take off. We've got 45 movement.
All right. And like I said, with Storm of Flight, you can move the full 45. You can add the +2 in with your roll if you wish.
Sure. Modifier. Two. Do. 44 on that one.
That is a success. So go ahead and move the full distance.
All right, and that's 3 actions.
All right. Gun. See Greshy catching up with you.
Got a 38 as the low and a 48.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's 2 crits and a success, so 25. Asher, let me know if you're doing anything else. Otherwise,
Well,
I'll-
to reload because my token disappeared from me.
Oh, that's
Actually, it
fun.
appeared on the other side of the map.
I'm almost
So
halfway
I'm
there.
gonna see if this.
He went
fixes
back.
it. Yeah, I was like, whoa, back in time.
Yep, gun is almost half. Greshy.
All right, bit more acrobatics, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this works now.
This is circumstance. Be nice if I could just keep this on here, but it doesn't want to stay. So that's a 42 on that one.
Success.
Then we'll move another 45. Roll again. That one's a failure, I'm gonna use my hero point, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my hero point and re-roll that natural 7 to see if we can do better. Nope, it's worse.
Nope.
It's a 31.
It's 31. This is... You haven't moved yet, so what was your...
Correct. I would have just gone straight forward, so...
Okay, go ahead and move yourself straight forward.
45.
And then you get blown back 25, so to here.
Okay.
And you're getting kind of blown a little bit lower.
Oh, that sounds good.
If you go too far out this way, you'll get like kind of thrown down the side of the mountain. Okay, that was action 2, I think. So action 3.
One more. +2. Add that. 45.
45. That is a success. Go ahead and fly your distance. Gunn, is your turn again. Greshy has passed the halfway point. He's approaching the 3/4.
We go.
Zigzagging a bit.
That looks like success, crit, success. Oh, success, crit, crit. So 25?
25.
I guess you can only fail on a natural 1.
And you can't even
Yes.
crit fail.
I cannot crit-
You cannot
will
crit
not
fail,
at the moment.
so you
Thank
will
the
not
gods.
fall. That's true. Asher is now very large over here.
Oh, also, apparently my acrobatics is even better. So that's just why I should use Foundry to put things on my character. So I
Mhm.
could have only possibly failed on a natural 1.
Okay. Well,
Good job for Asher. Good job to me. Good job to everybody.
excellent. Greshy, that's a 45 success.
All right. I'm really pushing my luck not using any points on any of this. Because my
You're fine.
odds
It's
are
fine.
not
You're
great.
almost there. You're almost there. You're like 50
I don't.
feet
How many points do you
away.
even have anyway?
Here, I'll bird hop over to the.
Just to
You
make it
currently
real.
have 2 points. Chat's
All
been
right.
very, very stingy about giving points out. I think that's because they burned all their points,
They did. They
bringing you
saved
back
us
to
all.
life.
It was quite a lot.
It was
I'm
important.
going to. I'll throw the points on there. The 2 points I have.
Or surviving until we can bring him back to life, also.
2 points.
So 2 points and then fate points. There's another. It's 2.
About now, chat's giving you points. Those extra 2 fate points gave you exactly a success.
Wait, I'll move back just a little.
45. I touch down, and I start like I kind of glide in for a landing, and I just start running.
Okay, give
I
me
lift
snow.
up my bird neck to
give me
help.
an acrobatics check, Greshy, to balance.
A acrobatics check to
No.
balance, you say?
I want to reach
Yeah, if
out
you're gonna
here.
land over here on the edge.
All right, that's
All
a 34 total.
Okay, you land in the snow, you trip, you like slip on some rock of ice, you slip forward, fall face first.
Smack.
And this should give you back up to 6. All right. That leaves Gunn.
I peck at you,
We're climbing.
drag you,
I'm
drag you a
fine.
little
Climbing
bit.
away.
I'm fine. It's all
Crit,
right.
success.
I'm going.
But I guess
Right.
at this point, if Gunn can't actually
Crit fail, I can't
crit
fall.
fail, you can't fall. So, I suppose you just take the rest of the time,
Yeah, it takes me another minute to...
to slowly
that.
get your way over.
Honestly, you made really good time with that climbing, so.
You are the
Thanks
third
to
one
your-
across.
You work on this belt.
Whew.
Definitely felt this thing giving me some extra grip and power.
Good. Glad it was working for you. And you did okay, Asher? Looks like you got blown a
Me.
little, but
Because I need that bottle back. Asher
Aye.
turns back and puts the air
Starts
bottle
breathing
back on his face.
Oh, that's true. The Belt of Giant Strength did save you from... If you didn't have the Belt of Giant Strength, it would be possible for you to fail. And crit.
see what it was is he was actually picking up the mountain every time that he was climbing. So
But Still
All right.
North style climbing.
Just adjusting it over until you got to the position you need to be in.
Not bothering to use your legs at all, just your arms. Full upper body workout. Little legs just dangling.
You're just dangling, you're just climbing over. Oh,
Across the
horrifying.
mountain.
All right.
Well, you guys made it across.
We should keep going then. Everyone okay? Do you need to take a few? Well, if we take a few minutes, we should probably do it inside the cave, shouldn't we? Get out of the wind.
All right. So you make your way briskly
There we go.
towards the next cave entrance, or to the tunnel entrance, and proceed along your way. So I believe at this point, Gunn is back down to a 35 base speed.
Correct.
Yep.
You look at your map and do some
Nah, it's
calculating.
worth over.
So that lowers you guys down to like a 17.5 speed. Where's my... Oh, I went away from my travel speed page. Which, I guess it's on my sheet here, but I like looking at the pretty website. Thank you, Archives of Nethys.
We have about 9,000 more feet to go.
Oh, thank you. So 9k more feet. And you're rapidly approaching the death zone. And you're going sub 20. So 1.5 miles an hour, basically. A little bit over 1.5. Miles 2 feet.
So basically, in an hour, we'll be at the death zone.
Yeah, about 8,000 feet is about how far you can go in the next hour.
Oh, then we'll almost there, basically. So next half hour, we'll be there.
All right. So yeah, we'll call you. We'll move you over to the death zone. Start.
Can I also request, before
Yeah.
we go, a 10-minute refocus break so I can refocus my bird?
We'll do the same.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
So you guys can get to the
Request.
let's say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then a 10-minute break before that to refocus to get your focus points back. I think Greshy is a little bit hurt.
He is, but he would have been refocusing rather than worrying about Mendon unless we spend more time. Not worry about.
You do have a champion who has lay on hands who could heal you and then refocus immediately after. Just saying.
Would you do so?
Sure. Happy to do that.
Thank you for the good touch there, Gunn. Appreciate it.
Ooh, omens, thank you. I love omens. Building up. Alright.
Roll against us, make us full. I think that would put me back at full.
It's not a roll, it's just a flat 60.
Aye, then definitely full. All right, feeling a lot better
All right.
for that.
So yeah, you guys have gotten to about the height that you estimate was probably the death zone. You've got the breathers on, and if you take them off, you try to take a deep breath, and you're not getting much
There's nothing.
oxygen back.
Oof.
Do you guys continue
Guys.
walking? Do you do anything else?
Now, let's keep going.
All right.
Mhm.
Resolute, you resolve to continue your hike. This remainder of the path is presumably another half hour or so of hiking.
Oh my god. I could have used this and I forgot I had it.
25, 30.
How long have we had these jade cats?
A long time.
This
A
looks
really
great when you
long
fail
time.
to or attempt to acrobatics check to balance.
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
never attached it to anything. It's just not been attached.
these are second level items. You've probably had them for quite a long time, or
Aye.
or they were just hanging out in one of the dragon hordes or something.
Probably.
All right. So you continue your way up up through the mountain tunnel until you reach what seems like a dead end. It's just the road goes right up to just a flat stone surface.
Stone wall, like nothing there?
Just a stone wall.
Is there anything around, like a lever or a button? Is my true seeing crap help me?
Give me a perception check.
Yes.
It's secret
Let's
at the one.
do that. Oh, a secret one.
Secret check. Oh, wow. Kalia, you got to, or Kalia, you already got to episode 24? Holy shit. In 1 week? It's quite fast.
And they were nice to listen to.
I apologize for the early episodes and our video quality. Or audio quality.
We got better.
Okay. Asher, you look around as you approach the wall. You like kind of tap your tap the breather, I guess, where your nose is currently snugly fit in. Thinking as you look around, you then notice something along the side of the cavern wall, a small stone that seems just ever so out of place.
I'm gonna walk over to it.
I guess if Greshy has light, you can see like a glint of gold on this small little rock, and as you approach, you realize that it's a small coin embedded into the wall. Above it is a little slot.
Is this coin operated?
I know about these coin slots. I hate this crap. The last time we did a coin slot, we almost died.
But not from that, from something
Not from the coin slot. Yes, that's true.
near it.
I found a coin slot. Asher's gonna point to it.
Is that the only way to open the door, you think?
I don't know. It could do anything. I mean,
Or nothing.
it could smash us from above or to the sides. Ash actually looks around.
That would be a rude
Does
thing
it look
to
like there's any
attach a coin slot to.
seams
Like
or
mechanism?
anything? Yeah,
Um,
that would crush us if we put.
Oh, I
trap
see.
it.
Like in the ceiling or anything like that. No,
Yeah.
you don't see anything that looks trap-like here. You
Okay.
take a very clear look around. I'll reveal your roll. You had a 51.
Oh.
Your eyes.
You feel comfortable.
You feel pretty comfortable here that there's no trap. You do see seams in the between the cavern and this wall. There is like a very thin seam there, so it looks like maybe the wall retracts or something.
Okay. Do you want me to put a coin in it? See if it opens?
I'm going to dig around my bag and offer specifically one of the coins we found here. Probably
Ooh.
has a very faded face of Karzug on it or something, but specifically a Thessalonian gold piece and not one of the ones we've otherwise had.
Okay. Yeah, you've
Good idea.
there's definitely those in your bag. You've found plenty of them, so you dig around for a few minutes, find one that's appropriate, hand it to Asher.
Put it in. I
Yep.
hope it just takes one. That would be rude if it didn't.
50
You
cents.
No
put the
waste,
gold
no
piece in, you hear it like rattle around and against like metal or something until there's a chink of it perhaps falling into some kind of pit or something. Then there's a glow on the wall, and the glow is in the shape of the Greed rune. Looks like a hand like reaching out to grasp something. The door, the walls sort of start to turn open on a hinge, separating in the middle, creating a massive double door that leads you out onto a snowy path. Or, no, it's not path, but a snowy ground.
There you go.
Wherever you go, there you are. Well, where to now? Do we know? Can we see anything through the snow? Is it still stormy out?
You see that the doors, once they reach their full openness, start to slowly close.
We're going outside then.
We scoot out.
Scooting into the elements.
You briskly make your way out through the doors, and as you do, the doors start to open again, clearly like sensing some kind of motion.
Oh. I see.
And then once you're outside, they fully close behind you, and then the scene kind of vanishes.
Is there a coin slot on this side? Search around.
You look around carefully, and yeah, you find a similar coin slot. This one doesn't have a gold coin beside it. It's just a very thin slot on the wall. Very hard to notice.
Secret.
All right.
The place that you're at is kind of a should I just draw? Well, that's fine. You're kind of at a cliff's edge. You can see out deep into the fog. There's endless mountain out there. The wind is howling, but the path, so to speak, continues kind of around a corner to the left. You think if you go around to the left, you'll probably have a better view of at least where the trail goes.
Yeah. Asher, who has the best eyes, apparently.
Definitely.
Just can see a slot in the mountain out of nothing. Would you mind sneaking around the corner, taking a quick gander, see if anything's hiding there?
You shout through the breather.
Sure. No, I don't shout. Asher's thumbs up.
Asher thumbs ups.
Thumbs ups and sneaks around as
Okay,
quietly
you-
as he can around the corner to peek.
Yeah, you tiptoe through the snow and peek around the corner. And there you can see what looks like... you can see three massive towers, all on a very large kind of... I don't know geology words, like precipice. There's one tower close to you, one tower is much further away, and then one kind of tower between them that's on like the very, very cliff edge. These towers look very old, weathered, covered in snow. In fact, the two far towers look fairly damaged, while the closest tower seems to be less damaged and has some look like wooden supports bracing it. You can also make out the Golden Road, not too far in the distance. And you can see, I guess if you move out a bit further, you can see where it starts to wind up the mountain. And there, up, if you look upward, you can see just peeking out of the fog the barrier glowing green around the massive like 200, 300, it's more than that. How tall is it? It's like, I want to say it's like more than 18 stories tall. It's about 18 stories tall.
Dang.
Tower.
200 to 300 is probably about right then.
Yeah, we'll say it's like 300 feet tall. I'm sure somewhere in here it tells me the exact height of the building, but yeah, it's about 300 feet tall. The building itself looks like there's kind of one like really thin central pillar that seems to support the whole thing. It's not. There's a very thin central pillar that runs all the way up the center. It is made of some kind of green stone, jade or something. Snaked around that pillar is some kind of like maybe enclosed ramp or staircase that makes this thing look like it's just a massive screw. And the staircase or ramp leads all the way up into what is some kind of like large dome at the top. The narrowness of this central pillar doesn't seem like it could support the weight of this massive dome. But there are a number of very, very thin jade-looking support pillars. Can I even count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I think there's actually 8 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If we still had our barrels of dynamite, we could just go to the bottom, blow the tower, and then leave.
I somehow don't think that's quite how it would work, but I love the idea of it.
But yeah, there's a number of large jade support pillars around the outside, and then there's actually thinner jade support pillars just supporting the ramp or the staircase leading up.
So it doesn't look like there's enclosed spaces along the way up.
Sorry, what do you mean? There's no
rooms. There's no interior other than the top.
Not as far as you can tell. There might be rooms inside of this, like the ramp thing that's going up there. But from the outside, Asher wouldn't be able to tell, or at least probably not from this distance. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just like a big spiral staircase or something that leads up to some big orb at the top. It's also kind of hazy from the kind of green barrier that's around it. The barrier itself seems to be erected out of these kind of magical hexagons. And it's kind of pulsing with energy. In fact, Greshy and Gunn, you feel like a just very mild headache. It was very slight as you were making your way up the mountain. It's been getting like just slightly worse and worse. There's just like a very slight tension in your heads.
But not my head?
But not Asher.
It's because my head is empty.
You feel fine.
Empty head.
Well, yeah, our rune weapons are not the same alignment. They're only partly aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens as we get closer to the barrier.
What about these big towers close to us?
You can go mess with them, see if there's anything worthwhile in there.
What? Well, just hoping there's no one in them who's gonna come out and look at us.
I mean, we could confirm that, or we could just... You want to scout them from here? Do you have a remote vision to use?
From that far?
It's
I
like
only have
500
remote
feet.
Listen. Which one did I use?
I think we used it
Oh,
yesterday.
I slept, yeah.
Yeah, you used it
Yeah,
yesterday.
I slept.
So
Yeah,
you have both.
doesn't matter. I can try and get closer to see what's inside. Unless I can just throw it in from here.
Yeah, I think they're about 500 feet, so yeah, you just need to be a bit closer. You're about 750 feet away right now.
Okay.
So if you were just a hex closer.
Do you want to start sneaking? Or you want me just to sneak? I can just sneak.
Oh, it doesn't quite reach.
No, we're 750 feet away.
Mhm.
Let's
Why don't we-
move. Let's move a little closer.
Okay.
So you guys move along the cliff's edge, it looks like, towards the tower.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that.
You can instead move alongside the cliff wall.
I would have
The other side?
said we should
Okay.
go to the
Yeah.
other one.
I didn't even
Alright.
see that there was an edge there.
The death zone thing is kind of blocking vision a little bit.
Oh
On the
yeah,
map.
I can
Let
see it
me-
now.
We're in the death zone, we know.
Yeah, you know you're in the death zone.
Ooh.
There. Hello.
Oh, there, I see.
Okay, so you approach a bit closer to this tower. You can see it's much more of kind of standard construction. It's thick, chunky. It's much smaller than the massive central tower. The Pinnacle of Avarice over there. This one looks much more like a kind of standard-sized guard tower, I suppose. Maybe giant-sized. Looks like giant construction at a glance, Greshy would surmise. If you're talking, you're muted, it seems, Char.
Am I? Hello?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay.
It just wasn't
There it
picking you
goes.
up.
I was just talking like a quiet little mouse.
Okay. Talk like a loud mouse. An aggressive
All right.
one. They couldn't hear you through your breathers.
Clairaudience, clairvoyance is the one. We want
Yep,
to
clairvoyance
see.
allows you to see.
Oops, I didn't click. Oh, I did. Give it to me. Put it in the chat. Do it. We can't do it. It's impossible.
So you're just casting clairvoyance?
Yeah, casting clairvoyance. Put it in
On-
this tower. This the closest tower.
Yep.
Can I just,
Roughly where in the tower? The
Oh.
tower itself is like maybe it's like 60 feet tall.
30 feet in the middle.
Okay, so you just try to do somewhere in like the
Yeah,
middle section
in
of the
the
tower,
middle.
not towards the top, not towards the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
You activate the visor. Flames cut across your vision, and you focus your eyes, and through the flames, you can see what looks like a kind of large, sparse room. There are a number of doors around you. There's what look like nice, like high luxury, perhaps pillows, furs strewn about. Some couple of nightstands, perhaps. Some rough or some crudely constructed beds. Some racks of what appear to be clothes. Seems to be perhaps someone's room. Everything here seems to be human-sized. You don't see any creatures. You can ask more questions about the room, but that's kind of the rough glance of it.
Does it look like it's been lived in recently? Like this is a place someone lives in a lot? It's not like an abandoned kind of thing.
Give me a perception check as you peer through and try to get a better sense of age.
36.
36. It certainly looks like more recently lived in than any of the places you've seen in Zinshalas proper, or the lower city. There are certainly some, like the fact that the clothes are even still here seems to indicate either this tower has some functioning preservation magic active, or something brought these clothes in within the last couple hundred years. There's 36. Yeah, you're not really. It looks just empty. Otherwise, there's no obvious signs of, at least that anyone's been in this room within the last day, probably. So somebody's probably been in this room within the last year, but not within the last day or two.
Is there any kind of desk with papers on it? This seems very specific.
Yeah, you do see a couple of... There's actually multiple desks, but none of them have any papers on them. They look like they're either cleared out or maybe they haven't been used.
No books around. Nothing with text to read.
You spot a shelf, but there's nothing on it. Which is maybe a bit odd because looks like it's a newer looking shelf.
Are there any signs of like I don't know, lamia scales or fur? Like animal fluff.
Maybe... How long does the spell last?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's look. A minute.
A minute. Okay.
I may not have enough time to notice these things.
Yeah, you don't quite have enough time. Your vision is running out if you looked at all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't notice any.
Cast time is a minute. Duration is 10 minutes for clairvoyance.
Oh,
duration is 10 minutes. Okay, then you've got time. Sure. You can use the remaining 5 minutes to look for signs of.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Specifically Lamia stuff. Sure, give me another perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Legendary Perception.
I'm looking.
Well, this is basically just tracking using sunglasses.
True. Okay. Glancing around, you try to look for any signs of whether or not Lamia have been here. And you do actually notice there's a... by one of the desks, there's like some kind of like small waste bin or waste pile. There are some thick tufts of something. They look like it's probably fur. At another station, you notice what look like are probably some shed scales, like the shed skin of a snake.
I was throwing away their skin.
Well, it looks like shed skin. You know, when snakes shed, yeah.
I know, I just think of them sitting there like,
just like picking off a little bits.
Yeah, like, they're all sitting there picking
part of their
skin
daily
off,
beauty routine.
scratching their... I think when Kennedy blows his coat, that they get like tufts of fur they just pull off, like, god damn it.
Yeah, basically that. So yeah.
Cool.
Seems like Lamia were probably here.
Alright. If that was the last 5 minutes of that,
Yep. Your vision starts to fade.
And I'll relay the information that I don't see anyone in there, but it looks like that's where some Lamia live. Saw a lot of their fur. No
I'm
books,
laughing
no
at chat.
papers. A drone pilot.
Are they a messy sleeper? Is the bed made? How many dishes?
20 questions about the room. Is there food? But yeah, that's what I saw, but I didn't see anybody.
Okay, so Asher loudly relays this to the others.
Hello.
Okay. It doesn't seem like there's much of a point of trying to sneak at this juncture. They're going to have to be approaching the tower. They're either going to be waiting there or they're not.
All right.
Are we ready to
That's my thought.
do this today?
Certainly.
All right. Well, let's go. Gotta move on.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yep.
All right. You make your way towards that yellow brick road. Your speeds... Why did I move your speeds page?
Why would you think we would stop moving?
It's a good question. I was fiddling around with my papers. There it is. I found it. Just casually put it away.
17.5.
Well, here you can... Once you get onto the road itself, it is...
Oh, difficult terrain will stop?
Yeah, it's no longer difficult terrain. So here, 35 is your slowest. Going up that amount... What are we saying? Measuring.
It's about 5,000, a little under.
Yeah,
Or
5,000 feet.
6,000.
Yeah. We'll call it 6,000 feet. It is still going up. And you're going at... What did I say? 35? 35 feet. It's about 3.5 miles per hour. 350 feet per minute. 6,000 feet over 350 feet per minute is about 17 minutes. So we'll call it 20 minutes. So hike your way up there.
All right.
15, 20. So you guys start your march up the yellow brick road to see the wizard. As you... Oh? Was there something interrupting, or no?
Oh no, I was just clearing my throat.
Okay. Okay. So as you guys make your way up the slopes, you can kind of get a slightly better view of some of the other things around here. Down to the south, you can see the bridge, or like you can just barely make out the bridge. There are some figures, large figures, around the bridge area, but it's pretty foggy, so you can't fully make them out. You can also make out what look like 5 kind of spires, obelisks, I guess, that are kind of around that bridge. That seem to kind of guard the entryway to the summit here. You could also sort of barely make out some kind of weird set of triple towers arranged in a triangle formation off to the east, that are just beside some cliffs. Down here, this all is just glacier to the east. So there's like a very, very steep drop down into some deep canyon glacier. But anyway, as you guys make your way up the road, you finally approach the kind of summit area. You begin to approach kind of cautiously once you make your way to the summit proper. But you notice very quickly that there's no creatures here, not a soul around. It's dead quiet. There are a couple of small buildings, probably kind of like office buildings, perfunctory kind of government work buildings, but they all look pretty heavily damaged, ruined, and that eons that have passed. They've not survived very well. But the tower stands pretty clearly there before you. As you get closer, Gunn and Greshy, you can feel your headaches getting worse and worse, until eventually you reach the edge of the barrier. Behind it, you can see is a pathway. The golden brick road leads right up to a big set of doors at the base of the central ramp, and look like they're the kind of primary way in. If you look up, you can see the barrier kind of curving around the entire structure. But you can see, you can kind of lean back and look all the way up and see that the massive dome just hanging there suspended above you.
Ow.
This hurts.
What hurts?
Everything.
Where?
This
Yeah.
field thing is kind of...
This is... I think we're counting on Asher to break this field with his bow.
Can he... Well, I mean, can you? Is that something you
I
can
don't
do?
know. It's a good question. Yeah, I nothing about me hurts. Let's see. Where's my cute little bow?
You sling your bow off your back.
I do have pierce transmutation if there's transmutation. Up. Yeah, I could try hitting it. So Asher, pulls back.
Knocks an arrow.
Bowl, and shoots. Wait, hold
Okay.
on. Let me open this.
Roll that attack.
Strike. Against a creature. This is my creature.
Sure, yeah. The barrier can count as a creature here. You pull back the arrow, knock it, aim for just any spot, really. One of these hexagons. Unleash, the
49.
arrow goes flying, 49. Flies straight at the barrier, starts to glow a bright crimson, sparks into force. And that's where we'll end the episode tonight.
Will my counteract work?
Will it work
Rude.
or will it not?
That was
I
rude
feel like it
and
will.
inconsiderate. I don't appreciate how you end these things, Jason.
I'm sorry,
I do,
but
actually. Thank
it is
you.
time. Well,
That was fun.
thank you all for joining. You've made it. The Pinnacle of Avarice is here. Will you be able to get inside? Will you suffer headaches forever?
I think we have a fix. I just don't want to use it.
We have
Is
our
the
ring.
fix indeed in? Find out next time on Third Action. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to everybody who's stuck around. We love you. Have a good night. End button here.